What we will address in our presentation is the background info of the pyramids, such as when they were built, who built them, and what they are made of, and why were they designed the way they are. Second, we will talk about the most popular theories that are out there, which examine how the pyramids were constructed, and then what archaeologists have done to prove these certain theories. Then finally, we will summarize our findings. The pyramids were built around roughly 2550 to 2490 BCE. The pyramids were mostly made out of limestone, which was an abundant resource that the Egyptians used. The pyramids' angled sides symbolized rays of the sun and were designed to help guide the king's soul, allowing him to ascend to the heavens and join the gods. What is interesting about the pyramids is that they all point north, and they are positioned in a way that they resemble the shape of constellations, such as Orion's belt. It was believed that the people who originally built the pyramids were slaves. However, recent excavations show that the laborers for the pyramids were native Egyptian agricultural laborers. It is believed that they worked on the pyramids during the time of the year when the Nile River flooded the land.
Over time, several theories have been developed about the techniques and methods that the ancient Egyptian society applied in order to build the ancient Egyptian pyramids. The most common theory consists of the ramp models. The ramp model theories are divided into three separate theories: the long ramp model, the spiral ramp model, and the internal ramp model. Physical evidence suggests that the ancient Egyptians created ramps beside and inside the pyramids to transport the blocks to each new level. Significant evidence that supports these theories has been found in texts such as the Rhind Mathematical Papyrus and the Papyrus of Anastasia. Other evidence, including ramp remains, has been found at Karnak, a temple in Luxor, Egypt. The first of the three ramp model theories is the long ramp model theory. This theory suggests that a ramp was built on one side of the pyramid in order to assist with its construction. As the Egyptian workers would bring more blocks to place at the top of the pyramid, the ramp was raised and extended so that the blocks could be placed higher. However, many researchers and scientists have found faults in this theory. These faults mainly consist of the physical space and material that it would have taken to build this long ramp model. Firstly, there simply wouldn't have been enough room on the Giza plateau for a ramp this long. Along with this, the amount of materials required to build a ramp of this length isn't realistic, as it would have taken a larger volume of stones just to build this ramp alone than to build the entire pyramid. The next theory of the three ramp model theories is the spiral ramp model. This model proposes that a ramp would have been wrapped around the pyramid in a spiral instead of a long ramp extending away from the pyramid. This theory also eliminates the use of excessive amounts of materials in order to build the ramp. An issue with this theory is that the amount of time it would have taken to complete the pyramid is unrealistic, as the narrowness of the ramp would make it difficult for more than one group to be able to use the ramp at the same time. The final theory of the ramp model theories is the internal ramp model. This theory was developed by a French architect, Jean-Pierre Houdin, in 2003. The internal ramp theory suggests that a ramp was originally created on the inside of the pyramid to aid in the construction of the pyramid. This internal ramp was then later dismantled so that the blocks could be used on the exterior and top layers of the pyramid. Some architects believe that the internal ramp model is still intact in the Egyptian pyramid.
Some scientists believe that limestone blocks were not limestone, but they were concrete blocks instead. They were found in place. This estimation was made by analyzing the composition of material in several parts of the pyramid. They noticed that the materials not normally found in limestone, but they present in the sand and clay used to make concrete. Steps of making wet concrete. Salt was mined from the dry whitey bed. It was made with ash of burnt palm tree. In mixing area, worker will add water in the mixture, then extract the soft limestone mixed with caustic soda and use gemstone to harden the mixture. Next, salt was added into the space in order to lower the pH. The wet concrete will have been carried to the construction site and packed into wooden mold, and it sat hard for a few days. However, concrete theory was questioned by most of the Egyptians because they agreed that there were diverse shapes of stones and they showed did not use any mold. Also, it was unsure if ancient Egyptians had this kind of knowledge to handle the concrete. Some Some scientists suggest stone could be lived with lever made with short timber. The large and heavy stone will lie on the first course and blocks become smaller on each higher course. Steps of using timber. Worker will not install certain blocks to allow room for lever to operate. Stone with special groove installed on the extension as well trimmed over and a wooden tree trunk will be placed on it. The shorter arm timber attached to the block with rope tightly, while longer arm attached baskets and weight incrementally added to the end, thus raising the blocks, and they were placed in the right position. This action will continue until they reach to the top of the pyramid. Once the pyramid was nearly finished, the feltron would be shattered and sent down with machine weight. However, this theory was being questioned as they were unsure if internal chamber of the pyramid was lifted by a wooden machine, and they believe ancient Egyptian builders do not have the ability to invent this kind of machinery.
Much speculation has been recorded as to why and how the Egyptians were able to create the pyramids, but in comparison, the amount of actual work put in to discover which theories were actually correct are few and far between. However, experiments to prove the theories of Egyptologists have been done, one of note being the work of Egyptologist Dennis Stocks. In terms of cutting blocks of granite to utilize in building the pyramids, there has been much debate due to the fact that no remnants of the materials used to cut the stone remain, making guesswork a common practice in this field. Dennis Stocks, like many other researchers like himself, realized that copper drills and saws would gradually become less effective the more that they were used against the granite. So he experimented with quartz sand, adding some to the cutting edge of a drill and applied that to granite. This was a successful experiment and thus has gained much recognition due to the fact that there is not much otherwise to go on with. Such an experiment is only one example of how researchers apply their theories to how the pyramids were built.
The theories we discussed for how the pyramids were constructed include the ramp model theories, the concrete claim, and the raising block method. Some Egyptologists have tried to prove some of these theories, one of them being Dennis Stocks. However, from a lack of archaeological evidence, many of these theories are left unresolved, making guesswork a common practice within this field.